Last time we took a look at how important packaging is, even for digital products. But here's what really sells information. That's right, it's your sales copy. Now, when you begin your approach to crafting the copy that's going to sell your product, you'll find that you're right there where you began. What's the compelling benefit to the buyer? Now you understand why we spent so much time up here. Because if you nailed the compelling benefit when you figured out what your product was about, you're going to have a lot easier time when you're crafting your sales copy. The key is clearly communicating that compelling benefit. Now let's get real. I can't teach you the art and science of copywriting in one 5-minute video. However, I can point you in the direction of some resources that'll get you started. On my blog, Copyblogger, I've got a 10-step tutorial that'll introduce you to the basics of copywriting. I've also linked to some books below the video that you really ought to read. Copywriting is probably the most essential skill to effective online marketing. When it comes to selling information products, you've got 3 main objectives with your sales copy. First of all, of course, you've got to communicate clearly the compelling benefit that makes up the subject matter of the product itself. And the way you do that is by telling people the questions or the problems that your product solves for them. In that way, you're clearly communicating the benefit of buying the product in order to get the questions answered. Want some examples? Okay. Here are 3 of the questions that Seth Godin promises he'll answer with his book, Unleashing the Idea Virus. Now, these are actually in the introduction to the actual book, and I'll tell you in a minute why Seth is still selling you on reading inside the book. Okay, first one. Why is it foolish to launch a new business with millions of dollars in TV ads? Should book publishers issue the paperback edition of a book before the hardcover? What's the single most important asset a company can create, and what is the simple thing that can kill it? If you're in Seth's target audience, you're dying to know the answer to these questions. Along with communicating all the benefits of your product, you're also going to have to overcome objections. This can come in the form of, what's your authority to be writing and selling this product? Is it based on your credentials? Is it based on a personal experience you've had? Is it based on your research? Then from there, you'll need to be able to demonstrate that you understand the market, you understand the research, the statistics, etc. Finally, you have what's called social proof. This is why you see tons of testimonials for products. People need to be reassured that you're on the up and up. And then finally, you need to establish value relative to the price you're charging. Now, you'll be doing that a lot in 1 and 2. However, you need to make it clear that the amount of money you're charging is really nothing compared to having the problem solved immediately with the download of your product. After you've educated yourself on the fundamentals of copywriting, the next step at getting better at writing copy is to read and study copy that has been proven to sell. Now, I'm not just talking about stuff you personally like. I'm talking about stuff that actually sells. Rather than rely on an all-or-nothing sales letter, a great approach is to offer free information that further educates the prospect about the product while at the same time demonstrates the compelling benefits to them. And even better, by doing so, you'll establish a relationship where you can stay in contact with the prospect, which can increase your sales dramatically. Generally, it takes 5 to 7 contacts with a person before they're ready to pull out their wallet and buy. So let's look at a couple of examples. First, back to Seth Godin. Now, if you read any of Seth's books, or really any great business author, the first couple of chapters will sell you on reading the rest of the book. Number 1, they do want you to read the rest of the book. But number 2, any good book or information product will effectively tell you what you're going to read before they actually tell you. And that's why giving away the first couple chapters of an ebook is a very smart strategy. You should be selling the person on reading the rest in those first 2 chapters. Give it away for free and people will buy the rest. Let's look at another approach that works with any kind of information product, whether it be an ebook, audio, or video. Perry Marshall sells the definitive guide to Google AdWords. Now, Google AdWords is so powerful because you can literally spend $1 and earn back $2, $3, $10, or even more on that initial investment. It's a very powerful return on investment advertising program. However, if you do it wrong, you could end up losing money just as easily. So instead of pitching you his product directly, Perry first offers you a free e-course. It's called 5 Days to Success with Google AdWords. Now, his landing page for that product is really just a mini sales letter. You've got a headline, you've got an introduction, you've got the benefit here, and then the offer to sign up for the course. Now, Perry's free e-course really does provide quality information, but at the same time, it points out the issues that you need to look out for and the questions you might have that Perry's product will ultimately answer for you so you can be a successful Google AdWords advertiser. Now, the course itself is set up on an autoresponder. An autoresponder is a very powerful tool that allows you to schedule sequential email messages to be delivered over time. So, for example, in this case, you would sign up for the course, and each day for 5 days you would get another installment of the course. Perry's autoresponder is also set up to follow up with you after the 5-day course to see if you're interested in buying the product. Now, immediately after you sign up for the course, you're going to be redirected to another page, and this page is the full sales letter for Perry's product. Again, you'll have your headline to grab attention, you've got your bullet points, introductions, you've got your graphic of the product, even though this is a digital download. Basically, what we're seeing here is Perry fulfilling the 3 objectives of his copy. He's going to lay out for you every benefit of owning the product. He's going to demonstrate his own expertise, and he's going to overcome objections. And finally, he's going to demonstrate the value of the product relative to its purchase price. Now, of course, you're still going to receive the 5-part course, and each time that you receive an installment, you'll be given an opportunity to purchase the product or to check out more information on this very sales page. But the idea with the email course is that you'll be pre-sold, and by the time you get to this page, you'll just scroll down and hit order. I'd encourage you to check out Perry's landing page, sign up for his course, and see how his entire strategy works. You'll learn a lot about effective information product sales, and you might learn a thing or two about Google AdWords. Okay, next up, testing. We're going to look at a really cool software tool that will let you test your copy as you're writing it to see how effectively it should sell compared to other sales letters. And we're also going to look at split testing both your price and your copy with Google AdWords. See you then.